far, the LEAP grant has provided our school with books and technology needed in classrooms.
The action team.
The literacy plan has gave our teachers new equipment to help with teaching and just brought awareness to literacy.
The Literacy Action Team at Knox Central High School has been very active the past 3 years. They have implemented and created some great activities for our students, both here at school and with our family and the community in general. Some of the students really enjoy the morning time coffee and books and the conversations they have and activities they have in the library. During our open house night, we've had opportunities for students and parents to see the books and the different giveaways we have and opportunities. Also, the literacy team, by having those ongoing meetings, we've been more focused on making sure our plans are up to date, our literacy plans, and also what we're putting in our plans is what we're doing in the classroom on a regular basis. So we've been very intentional, and the LINK grant has helped us to do that very much.
I feel like our literacy plan is putting a bigger focus on students reading, and that is, I mean, the key to learning. When students are in elementary school, they are learning how to read, and as they get older, they're reading to learn. So the more books and the more activities we can, and the more opportunities that we can give our kids is only going to be a good thing, especially when we're trying to teach them to read and learn. And you know, the activities that we've been doing throughout this year have been so beneficial in getting books in the hands of students and building up activities and interest in reading.
Our literacy plan has given us a focus. It's given us a focus and goals to work toward, just making the awareness for our students and changing our instruction a little along the way just as well.
We've had a lot more focus on bringing the students books that they're interested in, that they can actually, you know, have as their own. We've had activities for the kids to do. Things have been held in the library on a monthly basis. We've gave books out at football games and things like that, even in my classroom. So.
Well, as a result of the LINK grant, our literacy plan has changed by giving students a lot more choice. They've had choice in what they can read, and then they've also had choice about how they can communicate about what they've read in classrooms. Teachers have really been working hard to let student choice be a part of all their assignments. And then, of course, the LINK grant has given us a lot more access to digital media and a lot more books that students can pick from.
Library time, we've had some books and breakfast type activities for our students. The participation rate has been really good for those. Also, we've been able to implement AR again, so students have the opportunity to read books at their level. No matter what the classroom's reading, they're able to read books at their level. They're able to take a comprehension test on that, and then of course gain their AR points along the way. And all of that's possible with this LINK grant.
So far we have done a book drive and a coffee shop that gives out free books too.
Learning menus was one that I implemented this year in my classroom, and we were implementing in the school. That's just one of the few. The one I did was a tic-tac-toe board, and it gives student choice. So learning and understanding that student choice and focusing on vocabulary and literacy in general, and also using book studies, book talks, where we've studied a book in my entrepreneurship class.
In our classrooms, we have had a lot of writing projects done in even our science and social studies classrooms. So the literacy program has really stretched so that our students are being asked to write in all of their classrooms, as well as respond to things that they are reading about the content in other classrooms other than just English rooms.
Hi, my name is Lori Miracle. and I am a 24-year veteran teacher at Knox Central High School. For the last 3 years, I have taught reading intervention in our RTI program, which is our response to intervention. We have the students that haven't met their benchmarks and the students that are on the lower level. I have the bottom percentage of students, and most of our students that I service are starting out on probably 3rd, 4th, 5th grade level. With the LINK program, we've been able to do so many things this year that we haven't been able to do in the past. Several of the things that we've been able to do, I think the largest thing we've been able to do is implement the Fast Forward program that was purchased by LINK. And the last 2 years, we used Lexia Pro and we used Reading Plus. The students had been on those programs prior to coming to high school and weren't having much success. With the Fast Forward program, we have been able to address the lack of exposure that many of our students that come from poverty have had, and it has the cognitive component, which is the literacy section. It also has the Reading Plus Assistant. The growth that we have seen this year with the use of that program has been phenomenal.
Our RTI has improved, and a lot of that is because of the LINK grant. For example, we've been able to use Fast Forward as one of our interventions, and it's helping our students who have gaps in their reading fill those gaps with the information they're missing. They're doing activities and challenges and puzzles type activities. It doesn't even seem like reading at the time or helping their reading level, but they're doing those things and it's helping their brain to decode and read better when it comes to reading. Fast Forward is a big part of that. Kids are jumping a lot of grade levels because of that. We also have other interventions like Reading Plus and Lexia Core, and those are helping our students to improve too. All of that's possible because of the LINK grant.
RTI has really changed, which is response to intervention, since the LINK grant has started. We have added some programs, and so like I said, that students have opportunities to work on cognitive development, and then they also have a choice through the digital resources to have a much wider array of books and reading material to pick from, so students can really read on something or read about something that they're interested in, and maybe not just what their teachers have chosen for them.
We've done book drives. We have a coffee shop where we give out free books.
We've had a great opportunity to give books away. Here at Knox Central, we've been able to give books away, and also out in our community, we've been able to give books away. Probably the highlight for me is our Halloween giveaway on the square. They have a trick-or-treating down in our county seat at Barberville. They have trick-or-treating around the square. And for the past couple of years, we've been able to set up and give books away to children and their families, and we just give and give and give away. And it's exciting to watch the kids receive those. It's also exciting to see our students serve in that way, our older kids giving to the younger kids, giving that impression of how important reading is.
The book drives give free books to our children, which they probably wouldn't be able to do without the book drive. They wouldn't get the books they have, they wouldn't get to be able to read.
For me, a book is a new world, and giving out those books to children is like helping them experience a world that they will never experience if not for us.
The biggest one that I am aware of is, of course, the Halloween giveaway. So while our students also were out on the square giving away Halloween candy, they gave books to children as well. So I think that's a really added benefit, and it's kind of interesting because it's a little bit different from what the kids were expecting to get on Halloween. And I think our students enjoyed dressing up and mixing and mingling with the kids on Halloween as well.
I was very fortunate to witness at Fright Night giving the community, giving out books. And honestly, I was amazed that our line was as long or longer for books, and the parents being thankful and the kids being thankful and the excitement that they saw. I do think that it's changing our culture and changing how the perspective of reading.
We have made a big focus on showing adults interest in reading, to share that with our students from in the first semester, showing men reading books. We did an ad campaign showing men around the building reading books. This semester we have an ad campaign for women reading books, some of our adults in the building. I always love those because I read at home all the time, so it gives me an opportunity to share the types of books that I like to read, and it shows our male population that our adult male population love to read, and we hope that will inspire them to read more as well. It doesn't matter if it's a nonfiction magazine for hunting, which we have a lot of students who have an interest in hunting, or it's a fiction fantasy novel, which I like to read at home. So those ad campaigns have been very beneficial. Having different book clubs throughout the year in the library has been a huge success. I feel like we're getting more kids into the library, more kids checking out books, and putting some accountability with that as well. So those are just a few of our activities that we've completed, along with giving books out. And I know that costs money, but it's important that when students don't have access to transportation, that we get books in their hands anytime we can.